I'm ready.
Okay, ready.
And assuming, well, you wouldn't ready up if you weren't ready, so off we go. Finals, here we go. Ois.
Yay, final.
Okay, ignore this UI. This is just the training room messing up. It's pretty balanced. We'll go find our fellow DDs to kill each other off, and we'll get into this. I'm guessing both teams are going to go straight into a fighter first setup. Create a protective screen like we've seen. Everyone's basically using the exact same carrier setup. Double here, you on Saipan. Which is interesting, but the battleship meta shifts. We've seen Duke of York, we've seen Leon's, we've seen the Scharnhorst, we've seen Gneisenau's, we've seen a Colorado at the very beginning as well.
Yes.
So
yeah, exactly.
Lots of choices.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, fires first, taking off.
Fighter first. Yeah.
Just looking to prevent any type of spot. Now, Baguettes, they're moving south. What's Akizuki doing, or Aki?
They're towards north.
Heading for the island. Okay.
And they want to focus on Shanghai.
So they're going to try and focus the BB, okay.
Yeah, I think they want to take the BB down.
Oh, this is close. I think I killed him a bit too quickly. Okay, I guess I'll flood out for a while. This is fun, I'm too far away from the Scharnhorst. Well, I guess I'll look at this map this way. So we can see that two fighters kind of grouping up at the moment. And three, where's the remaining ones? Like, we missed that out. Maybe they're doing bombers or some sense. Oh, it could be. Oh, actually, tell you what. If you check the minimap, it's because of my ship's detection range. If you check the minimap, that's where we can see while I'm flooding out. See that there's actually a huge diving fire duel going on in the center right now.
Yeah. The Harus? No.
It's a massive ensemble going on. I think Baguettes are getting the slight upper hand. Yeah, because that's a good strafe there, and they've got double team there, but there's the exiting Hiryu strafe coming in. Oh, that was a... Oh, wow, he strafes his own Saipan fighters, but he's double teaming, so they should be okay. Oh, no, so he sees the incoming strafe, exits out there. The Aki's fighters down to 2, so that's favouring Baguettes. There's an equal... No, it's a 4-on-3 fight for the Saipans in the centre. We've got 2 Aki fighters on the western edge, going after, I guess, the enemy fighter. They want to stop the torpedo bombers from the Saipan, so here you're trying to go after them. He needs to be a little bit careful here, otherwise he's going to get strafed. If I was the Saipan, I'd maybe chase them. But take all the bombers incoming on the eastern edge. There's no fighters to stop them. Pigeon is vulnerable.
Oh.
They're not going to get. He's not going to get fires up in range because they lost the fighter duel quite vulnerably, badly. So he may just die right here.
Yeah, I think so. He's kind of helpless here.
The straggler CV. Now his fires take off, but that's too late. I don't like the second wave, so he might. Oh, I'll tell you what. The turn he dodged. No, he takes 2. He's got 4, but it's the follow-up Saipan waves. Straight from his fire waves, but he's killing his speed off. If he takes another 4 torps, that's too much. No, he's gone. That's it. And that's all because of the first fighter duel. The first fire duel, the fact that Baguettes were able to outplay Aki, the fact that Aki was willing to engage in the fighter duel, and then the time it takes to get those fire planes back up is just not enough time that lets the bombers, dive in and get the kill. So Aki is got a hard job ahead of them right now. They can push along the island. They can try and go for the...
Go for the base.
Yeah. The Duke of York has done good work for Aki in the past, but I don't know, man. Taking some fires from the Scharnhorst, some long-range kind of torp drops. Is it going to connect on the Scharnhorst? No, it's parallel, so that's not going to happen. Well, at a certain point, the Baguettes will have to cycle their fighters, you know, get fresh ammunition, maybe restock, but most of their planes are pretty high. I mean, they've got one Hiryu wave on 4 at 5 and a Saipan at 3 at 4, and Aki's regrouping, but the fact is Aki's down to 4 waves versus the 6 of Baguettes. So once Baguettes gets everything up and running again, it's going to be very, very difficult to make a strike.
Yeah.
And actually they're reversing. The Full Metal Upa is reversing. Taking a couple of HE shots from the Scharnhorst. The Baguettes, I think, are pushing up into the cap zone of Aki. And Aki, they are probably too far behind. I think they realise that they can't honestly get to the Baguette's cap zone first. Can they? No. Yeah, the Sharn's too close. No, they have to go all the way around the island. And yeah, that's not going to work. Oh, Duke of York, all these shots going into the rocks. Just not kind of far back enough. Grouping up all the bombers that they've got for the Aki side. Grouping up the fighters inside their AA zone. Oh, Hiryu torpedo bombers coming from the nose. Gets one torp off because they fired on strafe. The strafe from the Hiryu actually clips a fighter while he's at it. Another Hiryu just tagging the torpedo bomber. So I guess they're going to attack it. Wow, but the gunner, the rear gunner, take down a Saipan fighter.
One.
No, he should dodge that. He'll be close, but he should dodge it.
That's really close.
But will the Duke of York dodge it as well? Yeah, he will. So that's okay. Now we have some more Hiryu torpedo bombers thinking about coming in. Nope. They're pushing hard, but the fact is, the Devastating Baguettes, they know that Aki's AA is pushing hard, which means they just need to counter push into the base. They'll get into the base first, and they've got 4 ships opposed to 3, so they'll cap the base faster. So it's going to come down to who can possibly reset more, and there isn't really any ship that's got low health on the Baguette side. So 2 carriers are going to have a much harder time taking down an enemy ship with all of these fighter planes in AA, as opposed to 3. So this is how we can see the game just ends. All reversing turnaround. Does he strafe? Nope. Guy dodges with... but he loses the dive bombers. I don't see how pushing bombers into fighter cover is going to work. I honestly don't know what they would do instead, but... Maybe they need to wait for the Baguettes to pressure, perhaps, and try... Oh, wow, that's a good drop on the Upa. He gets a torp in at that close range. They have to wait. What I'm trying to say is Aki maybe has to wait until the enemy fighters and bombers go after their ships, and when they go after their ships they'll be wounded, and at that point they can counterattack. But then again, Baguettes have an extra carrier, so that means they got an extra 2 waves, so they can just keep 2 fighter planes back and defend the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that Saipan. Now if Upa was flooding, he needs to be very careful he doesn't get clipped in the back end here. I think he needs to go forward. Actually, he might get tapped in the back here. Oh, he's reversing as well. That could be a flooding there in Upa, and that might actually stick if he was flooding from the first torp.
Nope. Luckily, no. No.
Well,
when this attack stopped their like base.
Well, the Duke of York is firing at range. He's got 10 shots to the Scharnhorst 9. Gets reasonable hits. The caps, however, still only at 1/4. So there's only 1/4 per. Now the Saipan's reversing. All 4 fighters are turning around because... oh no! Did you just see that friendly strafe? The tier 9 Saipan clipped his own Hiryu fighter planes. Oh, it's... And another strafe. Oh my goodness, he did it again. Now the Saipan strafed his own fighter with 1. They were so desperate to stop the bombers that they took more plane losses. It just takes time to cycle. And then now here comes the Duke of York. Every game that we've seen Aki play in, you know, they've gone 2-1. So it's not to say even if they lose this game, they're going to lose the whole series. They can come back and pull it off. But the Duke of York has got some crazy good mid-range AA, and he has to push up. He has no other option. How much defense can the two carriers from Aki give their Duke of York? We see the tier 6 Hiryu torpedo bombers coming in on his flank. He's turning into the torpedo bombers. There's no fighters though. It's an easy. I say an easy drop, but this, yeah, he has to use his AA. Meal's AA is helping as well though, but it's still 4-3.
3.
But he might take 2 then if he goes fast enough. Yeah, so he takes 2. Maybe uses a damage control party, assuming he took a flooding. And he's back on the aggressive. Oh, dude, the Scharnhorst just took a couple of torp hits as well from the Saipan. So the Scharnhorst is also vulnerable. It's not over yet. If FM6 can keep this pressure up, now the Scharnhorst does have torpedo bombers, and he's going to take another torp on the nose, and that means he'll probably have a sticky flooding because the looks like the fires. If he got a flooding from that, but if the Duke of York can finish off the Scharnhorst, the game flips on its head because the carriers are so close. Now the Duke of York can keep firing at this sheep, or he can go after the Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst, oh yeah, so he's going to keep firing at this sheep. Try and bring the points back, but oh wow, he's almost got him. Maybe the Duke of York's tail turret isn't ready yet, so he's turning hard to get his tail turret to kill this sheep. But what does he do about the Scharnhorst torpedo launcher? Does he make a hard turn and just run away? That looks like what he's going to do, but the AP shots on the Duke, and he doesn't kill sheep off of the tail turrets either. Brutally unluckily, on fire, on flooding, dive bomber finishes him off. He tried, and it was probably because he was flooding and had a perma-flooding on him with the second set of torpedo bombers that struck him. Ouch.
That hurts.
Yeah. They tried, they did. I mean, when you're desperate, you have to push your battleship and go aggressive. And if this sheep had been killed off and the battleship might have been an escape, okay. But even if they had killed this sheep and the Scharnhorst didn't die, then the Scharnhorst is free and would hunt down the enemy carriers, and plus they're now capping the base. The base is almost finished capping, so they needed to do a lot of work there. And that's it. So Baguettes goes 1-0 up, and we go into our first deciding match. Right, so let's update the lineup. Baguettes are 1-0 up. We will now swap, or just check the team scores. 31-29 on the Hiryu, Scharnhorst 23, Saipan from Matt got 22. 41-33, 30 and 10. Well, Pigeon died pretty early on though, so because he got dive right at the beginning. Maybe, alright, so if you're Aki right now, do you take that early fight? You know, do you take that early fighter duel? Or do you say, oh, you know what, it's too risky, let's wait and back off and just play over our own AA? Seems really, really dangerous.
It's really hard to decide, actually.
Okay, well, we've swapped around, so I guess we can ready up.
Yeah.
So this could be our last game. If not, we'll go to Ocean Decider. It's up to Aki to prove that they're worthy of it. I think we're just waiting on the last 3 people. There we go. And now we're just waiting on FM6.
It's not ready. I don't know which one.
FM6. Oh, he's dropped out.
Maybe they want to change a battleship.
Maybe. Maybe they're rotating a different player. That's their battleship player. So we'll see. I mean, they have 5 people in their team. Okay, maybe they're just rotating around. Maybe they realize, hey, the Duke of York isn't working. Let's swap it around. He's changing something. Oh, okay, maybe he's changing something about his ship. Maybe he's changing a setup. Like some form of spec on the ship. Or maybe he's just changing the battleship entirely for something more AA focused or more pushing. Or maybe he's getting the Leon. You know, who knows? I'm eagerly looking forward. I'd like to see the Duke of York again because I feel it was quite good. And its close range AA is really powerful, but the close range AA means you're probably going to take hits but kill more planes later. I don't know. Maybe Gneisenau would be powerful. Yeah.
Depends what they want to do. If they still want to like just to make damage, I want to see the King George 5 actually.
Okay. Oh, is it just me now? Nope. No, we're still missing a person, so he's still missing something out. Alright. Well, teams can move and set things up again, so that's fine.
Changing something, yeah.
And it just goes to show the snowballing effect, though. Like, at the beginning, that first fighter duel, you gotta be so careful. Like, both teams committing almost all their fighters, or they have like two way off on one side against another two that don't really mean that much. Because if you lose that first central one so heavily, at a certain point, do you try and fight it out and try and get back, or do you just escape and run away, and with what little planes you've got left over, protect yourself? Because it's that like, until your four ships are together, if you're thinking from a purely tactical point of view, until your four ships are together, there's probably no need to fight or duel, to engage. If the enemy pushes your fighters, you fall back to your AA and he won't engage you there. And you just leave it at that. Once you're all grouped together, at that point, is it maybe safer to push out and kind of try and strike. But it's a tall order. I mean, let's be clear here. Aki are 1-0 down. They need to come back and win this. Yeah. And Devastating Baguettes, they have not lost a single match, a single round, nothing. They've been flawless throughout the whole tournament. So they have to beat them here and now for the first time.
Yeah.
Tick tock.
So they always win 2 against 0?
Yep, all 2 zeros for Devastating Baguettes.
I've told they are really good. I've been told, yeah.
I heard Wargaming. You know, when I broached this idea to Wargaming, Mr. Conway said that Wargaming was thinking of submitting their own team.
Ah, and they didn't.
Well, they didn't. They didn't, because when we went to sign-ups, I think it kind of went out the side, and maybe the date or something wasn't quite right, or how many CV players are in the entire Wargaming organization, let alone just Wargaming EU. Probably one, okay. Right? So this is maybe not an event for them, but it would have been interesting to see them participate. All right, here we go. FM6 is back.
Yeah, let's see which battleship.
I'm eagerly waiting for you to tell me what he's picked.
Yeah, I'm also still not ready.
What's he got? What's he got?
Duke of York. No
So
change. Maybe some.
He could have changed some modules. He could have changed some captain skills.
Yeah, could be.
Can you ask him in chat? He may or may not reply. What did he change? Maybe not. Maybe not at the beginning because he'd be busy. We're curious what he's changed. But maybe we'll ask that later. Alright, again, ignore this UI thing. That's just the game unable to comprehend a training battle. It's not actually that lopsided. I will go find my counterpart. Here he is. It's do or die now for Aki. They've got to get a win. Do you think they head east, or do you think Aki's going to go for the island?
They will go for east.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. They pinned on the map, but I don't know whether that's for plane or for themselves.
Okay. let's see. Okay, so Baguettes are actually heading south. They are not going to the island.
They are going. They are also not going to the island.
So they're both teams going south.
Yeah. Go to east. Yeah. Southeast.
Cool.
And that's fast.
Yep, I'm going to snap into carrier so I don't get desyncs. That's just me snapping in so I can see things accurately. Right, we have the fighter line forming along the center as was before. Aki's aggressive Saipan straight into Hiryu's fire wave gets him down to 2. They're beginning to tag. This is where it gets real messy real fast with strafes in all directions. Oh, Baguette's getting really good strafes, kind of hurting, getting run of one Saipan wave, clipping of things. Other Saipan fighter wave is clipped on 1. He's exit strafing. Oh, but this Hiryu fire wave comes and clips a plane, 2 planes actually. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 fighter waves left for Aki. It's 1, 2, 3 fighter wave, 4 fighter waves for Baguettes. Baguettes gets a reverse strafe. Oh wow, brutal on the Hiryu. Hiryu's down to 1, Saipan's on 2. Also, Hiryu's down to 1, Saipan's on full wave of 4. And down here it's bad as well. So we get the first set of bombers incoming unmolested. But they are together. The AA kills off 1 torpedo bomber wave. Is it enough to kill off the second torpedo bomber wave before he gets a drop?
I think 1 drops.
1 drops and he's going to take a hit because he's got the second torpedoes incoming. The battleship is hitting Pigeon again. Oh, he dodges the first. No. The AA goes down. But now we have the Saipan's torpedo bombers incoming.
Saipans, yeah.
3. Is he going to eat all 3? He's saving his damage control bar. This won't be the killing blow. Does he get by the back? No, all 3 connect. And the battleship, he damage cons now. Can he go stealth? Oh, this is... Oh, wait. He's already used the damage con? Is this game over for Pigeon again? Is this how it's going to be? Both games, Aki's Pigeon dies. His fires are still burning. I think he used his damage control parry early.
I think that's it.
Oh, no. Okay, so they're down a carrier again. Same thing. Yeah. The fighter control for Baguettes was better at the beginning volley. And... They went at it, they fought, they lost the opening fighter engagement for Aki, and they had bombers come in uncontested.
This is unbelievable.
Well, Duke of York is dueling out with the Scharnhorst. At this point, and they're still losing the kind of the fighter duel. This Hiryu fighter killed off the Saipan, I think it was. They've got bombers waiting to strike, but these may be the Pigeons that are now just loitering rather than anything else. Fighters falling back to the defensive line. The Duke of York from FM6 has to do some work. He has to... But then again, look at this ship. This ship is pushing up really aggressively. So, you know what? Maybe the Duke of York turns around and just attacks. I mean, what else are you going to do at this point, right?
He's calling the Saipan to come back.
Yeah, Full Metal is way out of position. He's going to take shots from the Scharnhorst. He's broadside as well. He can go south, but he'll be kept spotted. If you're going to bomb someone, this is the guy you're going to bomb. So the positioning for the Aki team is out. I think the bombers, I think, are still being controlled, but they're going to get strafed. Oh, he's juking. He's jiving. He's trying not to get hit. Okay, so he's dodged that. Is the Saipan fighter going to come around from behind? So the Full Metal's Saipan fighter planes are taking off. He's got 2 planes in the air. He's on fire from the battleship. He's got dive bomber that's coming. Oh, you see that juke? He tried to strafe him, but the dive bomber from the Hiryu juked at the last minute. So it looks like he will get a hit in of some sort because there won't be enough time to click and panic. Yeah, so he gets a hit on Full Metal, and Full Metal is going to have to probably damage control because that's 2 fires on him, which he does. So he puts the damage control party out. Duke of York... He's got, look at that, the Saipan from Mac is actually taking a big hit. Whether that's from the battleship, the carrier, we didn't catch. But Sheep is vulnerable, Mac is vulnerable. But the issue is, can the Duke of York pull this out? Because the teams are close enough that the battleship's firepower makes a big difference. Having the extra carrier would be huge. And he is shooting at sheep, taking him down to about 2/3 health and putting him on fire. It's tricky. The Scharnhorst from Baguettes focusing on the Saipan. Saipan trying to get out of there, taking some hits. He's on fire again. That's going to be a long fire. It's going to be about 20-30 seconds on that fire. Another volleying incoming. We see the enemy Saipan's torpedo bombers are coming in. The health pool of full metal is now that he has no fighter planes to stop. There's a fire taking off from Meal. The Saipan's fire planes coming back. Air control in the center definitely in favor of Baguettes right now. He's going to have to strafe. Down to 3 fire plane, 2 torpedo bombers, but both from the water. This is the killing blow. That's a perfectly done center line hit. Oh. With the permanent fire that's there, the battleship from the Scharnhorst will finish him off. He just doesn't have the health pool to tank anymore. The fires are out. Oh, but they burn out, and that's another one. So, but we got follow-up here. You've torpedo bombers incoming as well. So full metal is going to go down, and even if the Duke of York now has to take on his own strike against him, he might get sheep killed off, but he still needs to deal with maybe Mac or maybe the Scharnhorst. Torps from behind on full metal. He can probably dodge that, but it locks him into going in a straight line, and the battleship is just going to get him in the broadside. Charm's going to get him any moment now. He's got maybe the bombers on auto drop, and that's it. Full metal is gone, and I think that's game. This sheep he's super vulnerable. Duke can finish him off, maybe with secondaries. The thing is, what can the last carrier from Meal do? He's got his 2 fires. He's trying to protect the Duke of York. Sheep will die, possibly to secondaries, which means the Duke of York may go after someone else with his shots. But I honestly feel he should kill the sheep as quickly as possible, because the sheep's AA is still at 100%. It's still doing tons of damage. But he doesn't. He turns broadside on the Scharnhorst. I guess he doesn't want to take torps from the Scharnhorst closer engagement. Sheep is still alive. Sheep's AA long-range guns are still hurting Meal's fire planes. But I guess the Duke doesn't have any really options. He's going to take a torp in the center line. And this is the advantage of the Scharnhorst and the Eisenhows. They have those torps. They can bully secondaries, takes down the hear you. But the inability to protect is too many planes bombing the Duke of York. He just can't defend himself. And this all comes down to the first fighter engagement and the first carrier that gets dropped instantly. Oh, that's it. Devastating Baguettes are going to be our champions unless there's some massive upset, which I don't see happening, and also undefeated in this entire tournament.
Yeah.
I think Meal's just going to push in and maybe get a ram of sorts.
Maybe.
I wonder if just Pigeon was just too close. Maybe the battleship should have been the first ship that was closest or something. Like, they didn't need to sail up. You know, their starting points are behind the capture points. So, you know, they pushed into that position. Oh well, it is what it is. The Scharnhorst actually at speed is pulling the Hiryu of Malmö along, and he gets torped. Boom, and that's it. And that's why the Duke of York didn't push up, because the torps the Scharnhorst could pull off. Baguettes are our winners, 2-0. They're our champions. Hooray!
Yay.
Relatively quick game. 31, 27, 23, 12 for Devastating Baguettes. 47, 35, 28, and only 7 for Pigeon in terms of fire plane kills, or just plane kills in general, for Aki. So congratulations to our winners, Devastating Baguettes. We don't actually have them nearby. Hold on, let me see if I can find them. We go and edit the channel. Oh, no, wrong button. There we go. I'm asking for a Baguette to join us in the green room. We can just quiz him on the game. But that was cool. That was very enjoyable. I absolutely loved that. And that's the end of our tournament. We'll see if we can't get a little winners interview, perhaps. I'm kind of asking them to jump into our Discord green room. Yep, Mac's going to join us, I think, in a second. But what do you think of that, Rain? That was how did you value the day in all the games that we watched today? Some of them were really close, some of them were long drawn out, and some of them were just super violent and done.
Yeah, I mean, the final is just like too fast than I thought. But I think the winner has better control of the planes, and they have, I think they have like a really clear plan what they want to do. And they take the chance, they catch the chance, they when they have the opportunity to take down the Hyrule, and they, for both two match they made it. So I mean, they are really super good players, I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah, strong team. We made it so that you could make your own team. So there was a variety of players from different kind of stuff. Oh wow, this sheep's gone into the wrong. He's gone into the red team room.
Yeah, but my favorite one still the one like we don't know who gonna to win until the last second when they start capping.
Yes, and that was the Aki game versus. Hold on, let me check the channel again. It was Aki game versus Kiwis in pajamas. Super duper close game down to the absolute last second. Spoilers and all that. Okay, where are these people? Hello, Rain. Hey, Mac, how you doing? Can you guys chat?
Yep.
So my question to you, Sheep, is what did your Duke of York player change?
We did not change. It was Akizuki who changed.
Yes.
We were playing Shanost.
Oh right, so I'm confusing the teams, but
amazing caster.
Do you know? Well, you've all got different names, but right. So here we go.
Professional.
Very, 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 very. So how much practice did you put in coming into this?
Actually, nothing.
Nothing. You didn't do any training games or anything like that. You just kind of came in and winged it. And all right, what was the logic behind choosing your Scharnhorst? Because everyone seemed to settle on double Hiryu Saipan as the three carriers as the go-to. So what made your choice not to do Kaga, and then what was the choice to go after the Scharnhorst? Why the Scharn?
Matthew, you answer for the Kaga and I answer for the Scharnhorst. Yes. For the Charlotte, it was mainly we wanted a battleship with a quick rate of fire, like a cruiser, being able to put a constant pressure on the enemy carriers. And Charlotte has a very good AA, not as good as the Nice, but still very, very, very good. And the rate of fire, just shooting, like it was like having almost a cruiser.
TPM was the most important part in Scharnhorst pick.
Oh, I see. And Malamu, you were on the Aki team, yes?
No, it was with us.
So all of you guys are here. So there's nobody here from the. All right, it's fair enough. It's cool. So I guess congrats. You guys get to pick your own Tier 7 premium battleship or carrier of your choice. So I guess we'll talk in the Discord and get the kind of results. But we have feedback. How was that fun to play? Was that enjoyable? Did you have a great time?
Yeah, really. Honestly, it was very enjoyable. And to me, I've always liked this kind of small tournaments. A few months ago, we played on the Russian server for a 4 versus 4 tournament, and it was quite amazing and quite funny as well. I really do like this kind of small team tournaments.
Those tournaments are something different completely, and it's really enjoying to play in them.
And multi-carriers, multi-planes. Like, let me ask this: who do you think of all your carriers did the most plane TKing?
All of us.
Because you got a lot of plane kills, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Saipan is better to take planes. So obviously, we expect the Saipan to do a better job than the Iryu on the fighters. So,
cool.
But still, with Iryu we both did a good job. Even our AA defenses did a good job. Saralpaga with AA too was quite balanced.
But sometimes we had to use Saipan as a blocker on the flanks, because they tried to strike us with Hiryu planes, so the Saipan was a good choice to block it.
Cool. I guess, well, this was fun. Perhaps we will do another one before we all become action player carriers.
You have to make the second tournament like this.
Well, all right. Let me ask you this: right? As the winners, we are playing tier 7 because the tier 7 carriers don't have a defensive fire. If this is fun and people enjoyed it, and sure enough, we'll do another one before the carrier rework comes out, you know, as a hurrah to RTS gameplay. Would you value another tier 7 game, or would you like to see 8, 9, or 10s, knowing full well that everyone has defensive fires unless everyone pinky promises not to use it?
Actually, I would like to see tier 7 again.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite more interesting.
I'm sure we could tweak the rules so that everyone plays Kaga or something like that. But yes. Well, everyone would need it.
The most important thing in this game is to play dynamic. When you play, as I saw from the streams, when you are playing static and just running away from the game,
yeah, we had some earlier games that were very staticky. The very first game with Wargaming Pay to Win, I think it was, against Task Force 16, that was a long, slow, static gameplay. And then at the very end, when people went for the caps, it just became chaotic in the last 2 minutes. But you guys, at your game, it was just crazy. I was surprised that Aki chose to do the fight while their ships weren't in the best positions, and then it was just whoever got the better fighter duel, which was chaos to watch, then had the chance to strike.
And there is also a mistake that several teams did. It's going to the north with the island. You will lose your mobility.
Lose your mobility? Okay.
Yeah. We preferred sailing in the open sea. It was easier for us, and something who cost the victory to many teams.
Because if you stick to the south part or mid part of the map, you have more options for maneuvers. When you stick to the north, there are a lot of islands, you're stuck there, it's difficult to make any move there.
Okay, Gel, welcome to the room. You definitely are in Team Aki.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
What did the Duke of York change? That's what I want to know. What did the Duke of York change?
For us, it was just that Royal Navy HE. We felt like having control of the middle was such a big factor in winning our games, and having the Duke of York against the Ganizer now was very good in pushing the enemy battleship out. Like, they just couldn't win a gunfight with the Duke of York.
And what happened to Pigeon then? Both times in both rounds, he's either the lagging carrier or the guy 2 up front, and then he gets dropped. And the thing is, it feels like you're coming back. Your BB's pushing up. The Duke of York did really well in the previous games, but Pigeon, man, what happened?
I'll just say circumstances changed between the semi-finals and the finals, and yeah, it was disappointing for sure, but not a whole lot we can do about it.
You can always come back and have another go when we do a follow-up, maybe after King of the Seas finish. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. Any final words between you two before we go? That Gel might want to say to his opposition, or the opposition may want to say to him?
I'm surprised you took a Scharnhorst. That seems like a very interesting choice, but I'm sure you've already covered it.
I think everybody was surprised. Other teams which we played, they also were surprised. Well, why you picked Scharnhorst? Everybody's picking nice now, Lyon or what else? Colorado, for example, but Scharnhorst. But it was very enjoying games.
Yeah,
it was really fun to play against you.
This tournament was actually so fun. Maybe not the finals, but the semi-finals, quarter-finals. They're all so close, and it was just really fun all the way.
The Aki game versus Kiwis in Pajamas, crazy game.
Man, that was down to the
0.0001 something of a second. Yeah.
We were like fucking we were arguing at each other like whether we should ram or not, like those carriers, and like at some point we were like, don't ram, it's too late. But then like it happened anyway. But we were so lucky that it was like right before the second gone to the cap.
Well, we're gonna head off. So Rain, why don't you join with me down to the Red Room and we'll just finish this up.
Okay, thank you for the tournament.
Yes, thank you. So that's us. That is the end of the Strike Group's 3CV1BB tournament. We may mix this up. We may change some stuff around. We may do follow-up kind of things. We're going to gather some feedback from the teams. We'll give out the prizes. You guys can look forward to King of the Sea, where I'll be playing for Omni, and I'll also be doing some casting there if I get the opportunity. But otherwise, this is the end. We're going to stop the stream now. You guys have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to provide feedback, you can do that on Reddit, or you can do it in my Discord, or which the links down below, or you can do it on the official forums. That's cool. If you want to play the next time, then sure, sign up. But otherwise, we're probably not going to do anything until after the next season of King of the Sea comes and goes. But until then, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it immensely. I guess everyone can say goodbye if they like. Bye!
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.